The American Civil War, a conflict that tore a young nation apart. From 1861 to 1865, the United States was engulfed in a brutal struggle between the Union and the Confederacy. Over 600,000 lives were lost. Families were divided. The very foundation of the nation was tested. But why did it happen? And what were the key events that shaped its outcome? Join us as we unravel the story of America's most defining conflict. The seeds of conflict were sown long before the first shots were fired. The North and South were worlds apart, industrially, economically, and ideologically. At the heart of their division lay a contentious issue: slavery. The South's agrarian economy depended on enslaved labor, while the North, with its growing industrial base, was moving toward abolition. Tensions boiled over with Abraham Lincoln's election in 1860. Southern states feared Lincoln's presidency would threaten their way of life, prompting South Carolina to secede in December of that year. By February 1861, 6 more states joined to form the Confederate States of America. The first shots were fired on April 12, 1861, at Fort Sumter, South Carolina. The Confederate attack marked the beginning of the Civil War. Lincoln's call for 75,000 volunteers to suppress the rebellion solidified the divide, with 4 more states joining the Confederacy. The war was on. The early years of the war were marked by Confederate victories, such as the First Battle of Bull Run. However, the tide began to turn in 1862 with the Battle of Antietam. Known as the bloodiest single day in American history, Antietam provided a much-needed boost to Union morale and allowed Lincoln to issue the Emancipation Proclamation, reframing the war as a fight for freedom. Then came Gettysburg in July 1863, a 3-day clash that became the turning point of the war. General Robert E. Lee Confederate forces suffered a crushing defeat, and the Union's path to eventual victory became clearer. Behind the battles were the stories of ordinary Americans. Soldiers faced unimaginable horrors on the battlefield, while families endured heartbreak at home. Disease has claimed more lives than bullets, and medical practices were rudimentary at best. After years of bloody conflict, the war's final chapter unfolded at Appomattox Courthouse in April 1865. General Lee surrendered to Ulysses S. Grant, effectively ending the war. But the cost was staggering. Over 600,000 lives lost, and countless communities destroyed. The assassination of President Lincoln, days later, added to the nation's grief. The Civil War left a profound legacy. The Union was preserved, and slavery was abolished with the 13th Amendment. Yet, the scars of the conflict remained, as the nation faced the long and arduous journey of Reconstruction. Today, the Civil War stands as a reminder of the price of division and the enduring struggle for equality. The American Civil War was more than just a conflict. It was a turning point that defined the trajectory of a nation. Its lessons resonate even today, urging us to reflect on unity, freedom, and the sacrifices made to secure them. Thank you for watching, and we hope you'll join us next time for another journey through history.